views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff and management of WWDB-TV.
Whether she's walking the red carpet or doing interviews, you'll find her with celebrities and all the latest news. She's here, she's there, she's everywhere, she's always on the go. So sit back, relax, and get ready, 'cause it's the Corey Taylor Talks Show.
Hello everybody, and welcome to Corey Taylor Talks, live from Las Vegas. As you can see, I have two amazing members from Rocky Brown, and we have Miss Rocky Brown herself and Jason Tanzer. So thank you guys so much for being on. I have to tell you, you guys are just amazing, and you are kicking butt and taking names, and the whole, truly, the whole industry is paying attention to you guys, and they should, because your music is just phenomenal. I'm so excited I got to interview you too.
Thank you.
So yeah.
You want to take a break already? I'm in the moment.
So let's get right into it. So obviously you guys, like you said, are members of Rocky Brown. So how did you guys even get together? And then what made you pick the name Rocky Brown? Was it just because of what made you actually go by that as the name as well?
Rocky Brown is actually my given name.
That's awesome.
So I could thank my mama and my papa for that. Thanks, guys. We met maybe going on 8 years ago or something. Yeah, it's a long time ago. He actually recorded my first demo of a few songs. I was doing like this soul band back in the day, and we were introduced. And
yeah, the bass player of that band is a lifelong friend of mine. I was in a signed band with him, and Alfonso, our favorite. Yeah, our favorite. He introduced us, and we kind of started working together slowly. Like, we should work on a song. This is a couple years after, and then it just sort of branched into we should do another song. And then I think probably by the third song we should do a record.
That's
And then that's where it all came from.
Yeah, it was a good musical match for sure.
Yeah. The rest is history, kind of thing.
Yeah, we're going strong.
Yes. So how long have you guys been together? How long have you guys been doing this together? How many years?
Probably 4 or 5.
Yeah.
So a while. That's awesome. Wow.
Yeah, the first record took a while because there was no we set no deadline, there was no pressure. We were literally just enjoying ourselves.
Yeah.
And I think again after the third song we were like we should put a little bit more pressure on ourselves. We should try to write more, and we didn't really think of it as an album or a 16 song piece of work.
Yeah.
We're just like, we should just do this more. And then after a couple songs we should do a couple more, and then that's when we started going, okay, what are we doing here? Are we doing an EP? Are we doing an album?
No, we have a few more. Let's just make an album.
Yeah, might as well, right?
It went really smoothly. I mean, I've written with many people. She's written with people, and sometimes it's not the best interests, the exciting things about both parties are not always being met.
Right.
Both of ours are being met.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that's cool that you kind of started more fun type of thing. I think that's when the best things happen, and I think that kind of shows your passion, and I really think that comes out in the music as well, and I think that kind of also what makes you stand out from a lot of people. So,
Oh man, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I do agree though, because without having a connection to it, like a personal, gratifying connection, like we're happy to be doing it, it doesn't have the same effect. You know?
No, absolutely. Yeah. And your sound's very different from a lot of things, and I think it's like this whole unique new sound we're hearing, and I think a lot of people are really interested in it, and you're getting quite a bit of attention very quickly, like I said, like blowing up. I have so many lists of accomplishments, and we'll be going through every single one of them, but I just think, so what made you, how did you find your sound, and how did you figure out that was the genre? Do you try and go different genres, or what is it with that?
Well, we have a lot of different influences and background, and I mean, we've been in music for freaking ever.
Yeah.
So we have different, I kind of grew up singing, jazz and soul and stuff like that, actually.
Oh, wow.
he's a rocker with hair, to his belly button.
As long as hers. At one point in my life.
Yeah. So
opera. Don't forget about the fact that she's an opera singer on
I
Mondays.
still do that.
Holy
Yeah.
cow.
I sing opera at the Venetian.
I think you should do some today.
Oh my God.
You should.
I think you should
no,
do
I
some
think opera
right
singers
now.
are incredible.
So
Yeah.
You're so rude.
You're
I think you
so
should do some
rude.
right. You know what? I think we have time.
I think we do. I think
I
we
don't
do.
know. If we
Just do anything. Do a bar. Just do 4 bars. You have to.
I'm not warmed up.
It'll be great.
I think it'll be great.
Go ahead.
Amore un cielo rebelle che nessuno può mai domar. È più facile toccar le stelle se lui ti voglia rifiutar.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, come on.
Habanera.
I gotta take my jacket off
Oh
after
my
that one.
goodness. That's amazing.
Yeah, she's for real.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, honestly, you never really hear about people being able to do both. I mean, that's crazy. Good
Right?
for you.
Stylistically, you think, oh, this person does one thing,
Yeah.
and then there's that.
Now I'm embarrassed.
No.
No way. No.
Embarrassed. Why?
You're embarrassed. I'm thinking, I'm
Anxiety.
clicking this mic and watching the interview.
And on top of it, you didn't prepare and you were just able to do it right there.
Yeah,
Oh my
that's what we do at
gosh.
the Venetian.
Wow.
Yeah.
Anyway, so a background of a whole bunch of different
Obviously,
styles.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I had a really messed up childhood because my parents, not in that way, but
I was like, oh.
I was
my
waiting for this.
I didn't listen to what everyone in America was probably listening to at the time. Both my parents are foreign. My mom's Filipino. My dad's English. They met in LA. And so it was, my musical background was like Whitney Houston, Barry Manilow, the Carpenters, and like show tunes and jazz standards. And that's it, pretty
Wow, how
much.
interesting.
You
Yeah.
got yourself into R&B. You
Yeah.
got yourself into modern music.
Yeah, totally. And even like, I missed a whole couple generations of rock music. You know,
I bet,
all
yeah.
the Guns N' Roses and Journey and all that stuff. Like,
came later.
Yeah, I had to do my research for that shit.
Well,
cuss word.
You did. But you did your research, and I mean, I think that's honestly even cool. And by the way, I love Barry Manilow too. We just saw him a few months ago. I was like, I love him.
Hey, that song
I will
is
blast
song's
him
for
all
real.
the time.
Right, hits.
That song's for real. That's such a well. Yeah.
No, I think that's kind of cool, and I think you can kind of hear that in your music too. Like, it's so unique, and I mean, obviously there's similar sounds to it, but you guys are just so above everything, and you're really, it's so unique and phenomenal, and like I said, you could tell it's from the heart too, and your songs are very personal, and so I think that's really an awesome thing that you guys should be very proud of.
Yeah, from a production standpoint, we wanted to approach the new record in particular and it sounds really dumb, but we want it to be as cutting edge as possible.
Yeah.
And with cutting edge means that you take templates. I could list artists that are doing things that we go, oh, that's interesting, or that's neat. But we also have to not be them.
Right.
We have to do our own thing, and we have to approach it our own way. And we're very happy, obviously, we're grateful that people are receiving it the way they're receiving it. Because people do have that feeling, they're like, this is dope, this is different,
Yeah.
this is new, this doesn't sound the same, doesn't look the same. Even the 3-piece with the DJ and you know, like the concept of the way that we're presenting ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been an evolution in our writing because, you know, with the first album that we had, Volume 1, you know, with these kind of anthem hits, you
Huge
know,
pop songs.
yeah, you
Yeah.
would hear like Katy Perry singing it or something like that, you
Or
know.
Gaga, or
Yeah,
you know,
for
or
sure.
Yeah.
And this one we oddly enough stripped it down.
Yeah, I was only rapping a little bit in our first album, maybe on a few tracks, but this one has a lot of rapping
it.
in it.
Yeah.
And I think it's mixed styles because the first record was a lot more rock, but this record has a lot more, I don't know, like DJ inspiration as well. Just a much modern take, in my
It's like hip hop
opinion.
meets DJ meets rock.
Yeah.
But the rock is a much smaller element on this one than it was in the first one.
Yeah.
First one was dance with rock elements. This is hip hop, pretty much.
Yeah, and with that, you know, the first record had a lot more, I don't know, like generalities. Is that a word?
I mean,
And if it's not, I know what you mean.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
It was a little more general, and
Yep.
into this next album, we made a point to make it specific, you know, to tell
Yeah.
stories and
to dig deep.
yeah. And I wanted
You
to
could
talk
tell.
about real shit in this one.
Yeah.
You know, and stuff that I wasn't really going for. I wasn't really willing to expose myself that much in
Yeah.
the other record. So.
No, I think that's cool, and like I said, you can tell they are very personal songs. And so I was gonna ask, what is your writing process? Like, how long does it take you to usually write a song? And I'm sure you guys write plenty of songs that don't even make it to the final cut. So,
Yeah.
what's your writing process with that? And like, how do you pull the inspiration for so much?
We have different styles and processes. Sometimes he gives me a track and he's like, here's like a basic bed track of like a cool vibe that we can work off of. So, and then I start writing lyrics or, you know, coming up with a topic and, you know, and then sometimes I play keys and I, you know, write it on my own and present him like, hey, I have this, and then he produces all around it and creates it and brings it to life. Yeah, or sometimes we do it together, or sometimes he has babies that
Yeah.
he's, like, presents to me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we'd like to think that our positions, that we're like the bosses or CEOs of our positions. So musically, I may be considered the boss, and lyrically or melodically, she may be considered the boss. We've both written for each other. So I've written a song lyrically and melodically, like, here's a song I think would be great for us. And she's written a song like, what do you think of this? And then we just take the baton and still have the final authority for each position.
Right.
So the good news is, and my favorite part of our writing arrangement is that we also can critique each other. So if she's like, I'm not feeling this, it's hard. It's a hard argument to win. And I don't mean that we argue. What I mean is, if
Right.
she's not feeling it, why would I continue to work on that music? Let's go on to the next one.
We
You know?
sometimes argue.
Well, no, I just mean it's like it's a much more simple thing when the other person doesn't like something. It's like, why would we release something that 50% doesn't like?
Right.
You know?
It's taken me like 5 or 6 drafts on a song once, and I think it was Soul
Sister.
Soul Sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first track off of our new EP, I was just like, gavel. Nope. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. And
I
you know what's
was-
funny is it was always there. But what I wanted, and I was very specific about this, and I want to say that might have been the first one off that record.
Yeah.
I was like, we have got to set a precedence on what we're doing. We've got to expose ourselves more. We've got to tell stories that are going to hit people upside the head. And it could be a good story or a bad story, right? It could be a party story, or it could be like a women's movement or female empowerment, which Soul Sister's about. And I was like, nope, you can do better. Nope, you can do better. And I didn't think you were going to say something, but
I was upset. I was tired.
Sure, yeah. No, because it is your babies, and like you said, you put your heart into it.
it's our
but-
company, right? Like, you really have to think of it that way.
exactly, yeah.
We're 50% shareholders in
Yeah.
the idea that we're trying to present to people.
And we're
So
kind
we-
of both perfectionists at the same time. He more than I, but yeah, it takes us a while. But once we have a solid idea, it doesn't take us long to finish the song.
Ever,
So,
right?
No,
Like once we
can-
go, oh, we like this, I'm talking a week. You know, it could be
it
a
could
couple
done,
days.
like completely
Wow.
Ready for
finished.
release.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, we've had great scratch takes and just demos done in, I don't know, 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
As long as we have a solid idea, it's easy at that point.
And
you
all
know?
and all the creativity's firing together.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how this is for her, other than I know what I'm getting ready to say is more difficult. But the lyric continuity, because I've written 100, 200 songs in my life lyrically. I'm also a songwriter, and it is infinitely more difficult than decorating a Christmas tree, which is what I do as a producer. I listen to this and I go, oh, this is a soundtrack song that could hold hands with this type of an artist for this type of movement. And I go, okay, so I have to think that way. But I'm taking things and I'm throwing it at it. Whereas a lyricist, you're going, what am I saying? So it's a much harder and slower process to be proud of. And I don't mean to speak for you. I'm speaking for myself as a songwriter,
yeah.
as a lyricist. So That part's harder. It's harder.
It is harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think I always say that whenever we have songwriters on I think it is crazy that you guys are able to do that, because like I wouldn't even know where to begin. Like it's just like insane, like how you guys are able to put together such an amazing song that people want to listen to, and it's deep and it's personal and the music's amazing. Like everything, it's so cool that you guys are able to work as a team too and build that. I mean, that's such a rare thing that you guys get along so well. And of course, everyone I'm sure has fights, especially when you're so caring about something.
Yeah.
But that's amazing that you guys are able to do it together.
Yeah. I will say this though, since you say that you wouldn't know how to write a song, musically I may agree with you because it requires a different set of skills. But if you want to start writing songs, I'm being dead serious, pick a subject that you like, whether you're passionate about tennis or whether you're passionate about a certain political issue or whether you're passionate about whatever, and just write down what you like about it. And then look in certain cadences or certain rhythmic patterns and create a poem, and then you've written a song. You can do it.
I don't know about that.
I'm sure. Especially given what you do. You have the gift of gab. This is what you do, and you prepare for things. So don't think you can't do it. Musically, I think that that's a different thing, right?
Yeah.
Because you have to look at an instrument and see a song.
Well,
Yeah.
you could be the lyricist.
That's what I mean. You
Plenty
could be
of,
the writer.
you know,
Yeah. Yeah, the
hand
Bernie
in
Taupin of Elton John.
hand. Yes.
Oh no, but no, I'm just saying. I really think it's amazing that you guys are able to do that, and I think I when I was really young, I used to sing and stuff, and I don't think people give people enough credit, like the songwriting process and everything. It is just crazy what you guys go through, and people just finally hear this song and like, oh, this is fun and cool, I love it, I'll sing along to it all the time, but they don't know all the process behind it and how much work it is for you guys. So I think it's great to highlight that
It's been
too.
devalued a little bit.
Yeah, totally. It's like even with gigs and stuff, you know, you get paid for the 3-4 hours that you're at that gig, right? But does it cover like years of training, you know, for your costumes and the hours and hours of rehearsal time? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
We're underpaid.
No, it's true. It's true. But you guys, I'm hoping eventually we'll get to where you're way overpaid and everyone's like, oh my god, because you guys
I like the way
deserve
you
it.
think.
I like your style, girl.
No, but you guys really deserve it because you're really hardworking, you're passionate, you guys, and I think that's also cool that you can critique each other and stuff, and I'm sure you don't always want to hear it, but it's good that you guys have that type of relationship where you're
have
allowed to.
if you want to move forward, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
We have to be vulnerable. We have no choice
Yeah.
other than to be accepting of that which we don't want to
and
hear.
accountable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really great word too, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to bring up some of your most recent accomplishments because, like, crazy amount of stuff has happened to you.
snowballing.
Yeah, and it's
In
very well
this
deserved.
year alone, it's all
can't
everything
believe
is like
it.
all the great stuff
Yeah.
in 2019.
Good.
Yeah,
No,
it's crazy.
I'm very
Real.
happy to hear, and we're not even halfway through yet.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine what's gonna happen by the end of the year.
Gosh.
But yes, let's go right into it. So, this one I'm very excited because you guys know my biggest guilty pleasure is the Kardashians. But
Me too, girl.
we're not supposed to, but my God, do I love them. So you just signed a major deal with E! So Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Total Divas, Total Bellas, which is also an awesome show. Born This Way, MTV's Real World. I mean, just so many, and that is amazing. And it's even amazing that they were able to find you guys and accept it, and then for you guys to actually sign this. I mean, that's a great deal. Why don't you talk a little bit about that? Because that is so cool.
Well, boy, oh boy. Probably the coolest thing that's ever happened to either of us.
Without a question for me.
In our careers, and I mean, he's been in touring signed bands and, you know, playing for thousands of people and stuff. But yeah, nothing. This has been like the most meaningful thing and acknowledgement of our efforts.
Yeah.
That's such a good way to put it too.
For real. Yeah, definitely the coolest thing that's happened to us so far. I thought it was unbelievable, that it was unattainable, and, you know, I get down on myself, and the music industry's so hard, it's so hard, there's so much pressure, and when this came about, I was like, holy shit,
That's number 3 cuss word.
It's
If anyone's
okay.
counting.
There's hope. Like, we
Yeah.
could do this.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And I remember when we made that announcement on,
That's Channel 5.
oh yeah, on the Moore Show on Channel 5. And we saw it played back. We TiVoed it that night, and just the way that they put it out there, and I was like almost in tears. We were jumping around the living room,
The
hugging
pickup
each
shots
other.
had the Kardashians going while we're talking, so you don't
there
see
you
that
really
in
go,
studio.
right.
Yeah, and then we look back, we're like, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was one of the best moments ever because it's, it's not like us playing covers on the, we're not like the best cover band or something like that. This is like our
It's
children.
yours.
These
Yes.
are our
It's
babies,
our music.
our music, and like our own careers.
Yeah.
And just watching that on TV that night, man, we were overjoyed, dancing around, hugging each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the single best thing that I've been involved in as well, and it's the wonderfully, thankfully, this project's the most proud I've ever been being a writer. So that's the good
there you
news.
go,
You know,
yeah.
a lot of people say that and they're lying. They're lying. I don't do anything that I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
I just am at that stage of my life where I want to be in a positive, forward-thinking, progressive, wonderfully motivated environment, and we did it.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy that we got that.
No, I mean, truly, like, just unheard of that you have all that. I mean, that is so cool. What was actually the process? Did they reach out to you, or did you reach out to them? Like, how did that happen? Because I'm
This
sure a lot of
one's
people want.
This is crazy.
Yeah,
Just this
we have been
backstory.
reached out by a lot of people, but it pains me to say this, but it's not as simple as people think it is. Nothing in entertainment
sure it's
is
not.
as simple as people think it is. So they're like, hey, can you hook us up? It's like, it doesn't really work that
No.
way. And that's been a lesson we've had to learn. I'll get to your question in a second, but I want to make that case clear that I shouldn't speak in certainties, the majority of people you see, and it could be Dua Lipa, it could be Imagine Dragons, they earned that shit.
Oh, yeah.
They earned it. It's not like there's these handouts. So you have these opportunities, you have these moments where things happen, and can you or can you not rise to the occasion? Sure, that's a thing. I mean, that kind of goes without saying with anyone. But you don't just, someone's not just going, oh, here's $1 million, come do this. It's like, we're not getting rich quick. We're
No.
earning every piece of this
Yes.
thing. So anyways, I've been busting my ass for probably the better part of a year trying to get more notoriety, more namesake, more brand awareness for Rocky, us. And it's gone well, but it hasn't gone as fast as I'd like, and that's like a simple statement, right? And I was reached out to a guy called me that just moved to Vegas and says, hey, I work for a company out of town, and I'm starting the division in Las Vegas, and researched around and found you guys. Would you be interested in X, Y, and Z? And we didn't have an initial fit. I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I don't know that this is the right fit. He still took our music and sent it to his boss out of state. And his boss called me and, hey, I heard what you have going on. I absolutely love this. This record is incredible. I mean, I don't know, this might be a long shot, but would you be interested in us pitching it to E! Entertainment, MTV, NASCAR, OWN, And I'm like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Like, yes, as fast as you can. You know what I mean? Like,
I'll have to think about that.
Well,
Think about that, yes.
so I tell her, and I was like, Rock, you got to see this. And she's like, what? And she goes, is this for real? And I go, yeah. I mean, I'm such an honest person with myself. I say yes, comma, I won't know until we get the contracts.
Right.
Because I just don't. It's not like I don't have any jade or chip or anything
That's
about me.
everything in this
No.
business.
It's just
though.
like-
And
you
you
never
need
get
to be
excited
that way, absolutely.
until it's in
Yes.
writing. Let me see
So
that.
we happened to be out of the country when these negotiations started.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were in Europe,
Oh my
vacationing.
gosh.
Yeah, and yes, absolutely. Okay, let me say this. No problem. However I can help. Super excited. Thank you so much. Okay, so it looks like we've got this dealt with. We're gonna send you the contracts, and I'm like, outrageous, great, wonderful. Go back. Envelope comes up. We're like, holy shit, it's for real, right? You get it? So like
Right.
that was the moment we knew it was for real.
Yeah.
And then as far as how that functions from there, you send them the contracts, you sign it, then they connect the two parties. So we sign directly with the networks, not the
Shows.
not the
Right.
agent that connected us. And then yeah, man, the rest is just for us waiting for their the individual production teams so they have 10 of our songs, 10 off the first record, and they can choose
Wow.
whatever they want, however they want. We're obviously hoping that in the Kardashians season 75,000 or wherever they're at right now, we're hoping that this year that they go to a concert featuring Rocky Brown and ask us to be on there, because that's a whole different thing.
Right.
But we'll be thankful if they get in their car and turn our music on.
No,
in
heck
theory,
yeah.
you know what I mean.
No,
Turn the
right.
radio on and it plays us, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because there's music everywhere. There's music when they're having dinner. There's music, so
Oh,
we're just
throughout the whole
like
show,
elated for
yeah.
all these things. In NASCAR, there was some rumor that they might want to use Rockstar Baby as like a pickup for their commercial trailers, which is again
Wow.
real big.
Yeah.
That's like a different day. Like when that information comes through, we're like, oh boy, this is big.
Yeah. Are you watching all the shows and everything? Like, when are they gonna do they notify you like before they do it, or how? Are you just
No.
like gonna?
So I mean,
one
this
day
is
you
kind of
see
like
it?
boring jargon, but the truth is that the performing rights organizations are in communication with the show. So you're the program director on Keeping Up with Kardashians. You put the song on the show. You report the information to BMI or ASCAP. BMI or ASCAP then notifies us through royalties and/or statements. So it's boring, but we're not big enough, and I say this with pure humility, we're not big enough to negotiate with them like, you're putting this on now, and you're telling us. We're hardly Adele,
No,
you know what I mean?
We're gonna
No, I
find
know.
out. We'll find out months later when you get the check.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh.
You know what's funny? I would like to say that it's frustrating or I wish we were X, Y, and Z, but I mean, we're super happy.
No.
We're
and-
super happy.
I could literally die tomorrow and be okay with it.
Yeah.
I
Well,
feel.
no.
But I mean, but I
No,
feel
know what you mean,
validated
yes.
as an artist to be able
Such
to,
a good word, right?
Yeah, because it's been such a long road, man.
Yeah.
We've been in this game for freaking ever, and to finally be recognized that you're doing good work, that you're doing work that's good enough to be on,
Yeah.
this.
The
this
largest
one of the-
network reality shows,
Yes.
Yeah, it's a huge pat on the back.
Absolutely. No, I think that's amazing, and you guys should be so proud, and you do deserve it. And I think that's interesting what you said too. Like, everyone's like, oh, they're an overnight sensation, but they're not. They worked
Not
years and
really.
years and years. I mean, I'm sure
Yeah.
there's a few, like you said, a few rare instances, but for the most part, they worked really, really hard, and you guys have worked hard for years, and I think it's finally it really seems like
Yeah.
and you deserve it.
The big misconception on that one, and I don't know that anyone wants me to dispel this, but just because one is good, and that can mean anyone. I mean, there are acts locally that I go, they're great.
Yeah.
Just because one is good doesn't mean anyone cares.
Right.
This is
It's true.
it's such a hard lesson to
Yes.
learn. So you can be great but not be worth anything, and that's a sad statement, but the reality is if you don't have any commercial, if you're not a commerced item where people go, there's 500 people going to wherever that person plays, or there's 10,000 units sold every 2 hours when this person releases an album, or they have they're an internet sensation and they have 1 million followers. Wait a minute, you're creeping up on 1 million, aren't you?
No, no, but I know what you're saying. I do. But you guys, you work very hard, and you deserve this, and you deserve, like I said, much more. And one day to be completely overpaid, you guys deserve it.
I love that story.
No, but and your music is just great. And actually, I was just gonna say, why don't we actually play a song? Because we're almost halfway into it. So why don't we play your first song? What was the first song?
Probably Get Gone.
Get Gone,
Probably
that's
Get
right,
Gone.
that's it.
Yeah.
Which I love.
Can we
love
call it
this
Holy
song.
Moly, though?
We can call it Holy Moly. Get Gone or Holy Moly, whichever you prefer. But why don't you tell the story about this song and the process
One of my
this.
favorites, please.
Ay.
Go there.
Inspired by a previous relationship. Probably one of my favorites because it's such a lyrically, it's just kind of in your face, very pointed lyrics, and so many. I've actually gotten a lot of younger girls just
From
randomly
everywhere, from
follow-
Brazil, from
yeah,
Argentina.
from everywhere,
Yeah.
latching onto this song and really connecting with it,
Yeah.
with their breakups and relationships, and you know,
Speak to me, girl.
blah,
You know,
blah.
they're like that. They're
Oh
like,
man,
yes,
us
please,
girls
speak my mind.
were uniting on Facebook and social media.
Yeah.
So my girls were just like latching onto this song, which is cool. And it has a smaller element of rap, a little more electronic rock
Yeah.
vibe
Yeah.
to it, but youthful, rebellious.
Yeah. Yeah, grabbing my shit and getting the fuck
Yeah,
out of here.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
No, I do. I love this. I think it's awesome, and it says it gets your frustrations out.
Yeah, for
which
sure.
is much needed.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
Yeah. So let's play it. Get going.
The guy I used to love is dead. And when I say dead, I mean he's dead to me. He used to call me in his sleep, I make him scream my name. I used to grab him by his ears and make him tease my fame. I had him wrapped around my little finger. Now the little middle ones are game. Look, nothing is fun and he's a boy. And now I think it's time for me to go. There's nothing left here to live for. It's hard out there for a pimp. And when I say pimp, I mean a chick like me. Every dog has its day, and your looks run dry. Yeah, I told you I was straight, and you knew I wouldn't stay. Don't look surprised at who I'm touching today. And don't you tell me I'm the one to blame. You had your chance, now you gotta let it go. That's the reason why it's time for me to go. There's nothing left here to live for. I got my wallet and my coat and a pocket full of dope. Yeah, I'm on the run, I ain't got to my name. Ain't nothing funny, you got me bored out my brains. Don't even think of coming after me. Yeah, I be coming up roses, ain't no one stopping me.
And we are back, and once again we have Rocky Brown.
That song you played was amazing.
It was. I was just like, gosh, and you know what? I think I might have heard it from the Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Hey, now you're talking. Now you're talking.
No, I think Kim was like playing it in her car or whatever.
Oh man, it's getting
best.
better.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Goodness.
No, but that is a great song. Like you said, very like yes, like
It's
we
in your
needed
face.
It. Yes.
Punch in the face.
Yeah.
No, but I love it, and there's not enough songs like that out there. I think so. That was cool that you did this, and it is. I think that's why you got so much outreach for it, is because people feel it and they want it. Yeah.
Connecting with it.
Yeah.
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 All those breakups out there.
It did hit a nerve. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and I think, like I said too, I think it's really cool that you are able to be so vulnerable with it and really write your whole heart and soul into this. And I think that's really cool. And I think that's exactly like you said, why people connect to it and feel it.
Yeah.
People desire that.
Yeah.
There's a place for everything. Like we have some lighter songs on the record.
Right.
But I think people really desire a connection, and we're in a particular space and time where people want to know who people are. Yeah. And when you write something that's that exposed, people go, oh, or I don't like this person, but I like this person. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
No, and I kind of like you said with the younger people, the college radios. You guys are charting a lot with all the college radio stations, correct?
Yeah.
And those are the people that are making the music and are paying attention to it and really
it's our
wanting.
demographic.
Yeah, exactly.
Which
That's
is
what
crazy.
you need. Yeah.
We're obviously fine for any fan base we get, but
Right.
you know,
Even if they're 80-year-old women.
if all of the blue hairs like us, we'd be like, how do we get to them? You know, it's like they just like us because they heard us.
No,
But
of
no,
course.
this is direct to marketing. This is our audience.
Yeah. Almost 100 radio
We're up to
stations.
almost 100 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Super
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, nationwide.
And that just shows you right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, people are paying attention.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I never expected it. I mean, obviously it's what we do, but when it happens, you go, oh wow, we really did it.
Yeah,
you know.
I just think, oh, well, there's someone in like Dallas right
Utica
now,
or-
or in New
Yeah.
York, you know, just vibing out to one of my songs.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And we need to get to them. That's
Yeah.
part of the next phase of what
Yes.
we're working on. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And with touring, where do you guys do a little bit of touring now? Or are you mostly staying in Vegas, or how does that work with touring?
That's the next phase. So right now we're in talks with 3 different booking agencies
Wow.
to try to find the right fit for what we're looking to do
Absolutely.
and to get to those places.
Yeah.
Because booking's a tricky thing in that if you don't have any activity, then they go, oh, let's just try to give them California, Oregon, and Washington because it's close.
Yeah.
But when you have like legitimate reports and numbers, you go, oh, we need to do this region and this time and this and this. So we're just trying to figure it out. We're working with 3 different agencies, seeing who's the best fit, seeing who has, I guess, our best interest in mind. I don't know, that sounds a little aggressive, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
like,
of course.
That's going to function with our
Yeah.
business model well, and we're going to take it to the people.
I don't normally get excited about anything because I just, as a performer, you train yourself to not, you know, that's why
Yes.
we wait for the contracts to get signed, blah, blah, etc. But I am really freaking excited about this.
Yeah.
This new
Phase,
phase.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we get to bring it to people. We
Yeah.
get to take the music to them.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
and that's the best way nowadays to connect and get your reach your audience is to play for them live and
Yeah.
and, hop
And the
on
fact we
these
have people that are
tours
interested to help us.
and I know
That's craziness.
I was going
That's
to
the
say, your fan
craziest.
base is awesome already, and it just seems to keep on growing and growing.
we
but
meant,
you do
we meant
have
the booking agents. It's
Yeah.
a much more trickier negotiation than you think.
Oh,
I mean, it's
I
not
bet.
sync agreements tricky, but
Right.
it's real. It's a different world now.
Yeah.
And to get booking agents interested in what you're doing, it's like, yes. You know,
Yes,
like this is
that's
happening.
huge.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's a big one.
No, absolutely, and I think, like you said, it's important you find the right one because you need the right team you could trust and everything for
They
that.
have to be interested,
Yeah.
right? So it's like all of these elements of business, they seem so difficult, but they're really as simple as you can imagine. You don't enter into a relationship with someone that doesn't pay attention to you or call you back.
Right.
You know, you
Right.
just don't.
No.
You know, they have to be interested in what you're doing. They have to believe it. They have to get it. They have to go, oh, this is new.
Yeah.
And I want to be involved in this when this becomes the next big thing. So if they're not into it, then like, what's the point, you know? And it's the same thing. We don't want to sign up We want to sign even. We want to sign a little
Yes.
up. But if we signed with a huge agency, they're never going to pay attention to us.
No, you're right.
So we're at a point right now where we're getting ready to break open.
Yeah.
And we need to sign with people that want to be a part of that and want to work hard. Because we're going to have to bust our ass.
Oh yeah.
You know, we will.
No, yeah, no,
Yeah.
but I really think a tour would be a great idea because first of all, you reach out to the fans that you already have, and then it's important because then they really start spreading the word too, because the fans are really what makes it happen, social media
Absolutely,
and everything.
no question.
And then you might get even people that just happen to stumble in or hear about it and go, and then you get new fans, and it just keeps growing and growing. So I think that would be a great phase, like you said.
Yeah, we got to get in front of the fans.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, no, so let's talk about the music videos too, because your music videos are awesome with all your songs. Where do you choose like your music videos, and how do you choose the themes with the music videos?
Thank you. It's kind of, we've had different themes. Mostly Jason has all these brilliant ideas. I participate a little bit, but yeah, all of them are kind of different. I'm really excited about the new one that's coming out. It's called Soul Sister Retribution.
Oh.
That's the first track on the Mad World album.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're in post-production for that, and it's epic.
It's unbelievable.
It's my favorite video that we've done so far, and we've done some really cool videos.
Yeah.
But everything about this, I mean, the song itself, lyrically, the vibe, it's about women empowerment, and the lyrics are talking to this little girl, like, I got you, there's no need to be afraid, there's no need to feel ashamed, and it's like me talking to this little girl and giving her hope for women,
awesome.
to be the next president.
Yeah.
Like, it's, you could do whatever you want, and no matter, your crown weighs more than their bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
And so this video is just going to be so powerful. Robert John Cly is the director, and
He's been with us
shot
on
the
everything.
video.
He's a lifelong friend of mine. We go back probably 26 years, 27 years. I don't mean to take the baton. I just mean he's been with me through everything. And like,
Yeah.
if he's available, we're shooting with him.
Yeah, he's
it.
incredible.
He's it. He's the
And
best.
he's worked with, like, In This Moment, and he's done a ton
He
of
just
videos
he just
for
finished
them.
their documentary. I mean,
Wow.
he's like,
Yeah.
and they're like, without categorizing them, they're pretty much the next Marilyn Manson. I mean, we're not
Yeah.
in that style of music, but
Right.
they're huge. They're
Yeah.
doing
Oh,
their thing.
yeah.
You know?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have him on board, and we have this young girl. Are you familiar with Mercy Music? They're local.
Think so. I think a little. I'm not well, but I know the name.
Yeah, it's a local rock band, super dope, and so it's his daughter Cecilia who
Who's the
plays
child
this little
actor.
girl.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then we have this choir just full of the most amazing female singers and artists.
Wow.
A lot that I'm sure you might recognize because they're here.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, some headliners on the strip, and we
Totally.
went all out on this one.
That's great.
And to directly answer your question, whatever the video is that we're getting ready to shoot, I think of what's the most bombastic shit we can do, and then stream it to where we can afford it.
Yeah.
So that's the method.
Yeah.
So can we or can we not jump out of an airplane like dressed in Elvis costumes?
Why
It's like,
not?
I think we can afford a helicopter, so let's do that. Yeah.
No, actually, it's amazing. Jason comes up with these ideas, and the way that him and Rob just make it happen, it's so amazing to watch because we don't have that big of a budget for these videos.
Right.
We do everything as independent.
Yeah.
We're doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
But what they managed to come up with on our videos is so impressive.
Oh.
For the pennies
I'd like
that
to
we
give him
put
all the
on it.
credit. I have great ideas, but he's the one making it look like
Oh, yeah.
we had a budget. Like, he's
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
He's
Yeah.
he could polish a turd. And,
Thank you. That's very nice of you. Thank you.
I'm not talking about us. I'm just like in general.
No, I know what you. No, but I do think I wanted to bring that up too because your music videos are awesome, and I think that's a key part of it too because I know you can listen to something, but too you need the visuals sometimes, and that really makes you connect
question,
with it,
right?
you know. And I know
Yeah.
I fell in love with songs after I saw the music video, and I
Absolutely.
think that's really important. And your music videos are awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Rob, congratulations.
No, but I did because they were just great, so I wanted to know, and I'm sure a lot of people did. So
Yeah.
we can look forward to Soul Sister then.
Yes,
too.
please.
And not that long. If I were guessing, I'd say 2 weeks. We'll release it.
Oh, okay,
Maybe
so
3.
quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in the final stages.
Even, no, Rob sent us the first draft, and we were just like, I cried. It was so good.
That's a powerful tune.
Yeah.
But seeing the visuals is like, oh
Yeah,
man,
I
this
couldn't
all
believe
came
it.
together.
I couldn't
Yeah.
believe it. Yeah, he's a great artist, man.
Yeah.
And that's cool when you can picture it in your head and then actually see it.
Oh, it
in there.
exceeded
Yeah, that's
expectations, in my opinion.
good.
Yeah. I had a crazy idea for this one, and it worked.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, we're not pulling
He
that
didn't.
off.
He didn't actually think we could do it in the time frame either.
Yeah.
We did it in 6 hours.
Yeah, it
The
was
entire
incredible.
video
Wow.
in one location at the Space, by the way. Shout out to Mark Chinook.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we love Mark. He's great.
Yeah. In 6 hours, we filmed this video.
Yeah,
Rob was like,
Wow.
"There's no way this is gonna happen." I'm like, "This is what I always tell him." Again, I don't even know. I should know. 26 years. I'm like, Rob, let me handle the details, and you just be great. That's what I say to him, like privately, as we're going over shit. Like, just let me handle it. And he's like, I don't think. I go, just let me handle this. I'll first AD. I'll make sure everything happens.
Yeah.
You just be great and just be like, go. You know.
Right.
And he killed it, man.
Yeah.
He killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm really excited for the music video. Can you
good.
talk about who's in it, or are you trying to keep it more secret until it comes out?
We are kind of trying to keep it a little secret as it relates to the women in it. I mean, obviously, I
Right.
mentioned Cecilia in
Right,
Nursing Music.
right, yes.
She's the lead actor in it, I guess you
That's
would say.
cool. No, that's really cool.
Obviously, Rocky's in it. I'm in it. Optic, the DJ who works with us, he's in it. But we'd like to keep the women a surprise, I guess.
No, I
Is that
understand.
fair to say? You know
I
what
was
mean?
just trying to get an exclusive.
You want the exclusive on that?
Yeah.
11 of the baddest women singers that you've seen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I can't wait to see who's in it. It'll
Yeah.
be very cool.
Yeah, good.
No, and the music video sounds awesome, and so yeah, let's talk about your EP too a little bit, and just because I'm sure people are so excited and just streaming already. This show's almost over already, which is crazy. It's going by so quick.
Totally.
But so let's talk about the EP. So like I said, it's already getting so much attention. Where can people like find it and stream it and buy it? Is it every platform or
Every
Yeah.
platform, Spotify, iTunes, Amazon. Get
Did
that
you forget
shit.
your Vanna hands?
Stream that shit.
Yes. Anywhere you can find
Okay.
music. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spotify,
Yeah.
iTunes,
Yeah.
Amazon, saying the same things you said.
Thanks.
Yeah.
And we kind of already talked about it, but what can people expect from it? Like, what type of sounds and stories? What is there like is it more like a flow, like the order you put it into, or like what can people expect from it?
Well, it's gonna make you dance and shake that ass.
That's always
Yeah, because there's still some dance elements
Yeah.
in there. A lot of hip hop and electronic.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
The feel of the album has an overreaching party feel to it. But if you're paying attention, you're going to get drawn into deeper lyric contents, deeper meanings.
Yeah.
But I think if you just put it on from 10 feet away, you might just enjoy the feeling it gives you.
Vibe, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm mostly proud of what the lyric content has to say and what we're saying as artists, you know. Mostly proud of that.
Yeah, storytelling. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and like I said, it's amazing that you guys are here because it's the music and the lyrics, they work together so well, and that's it is perfect. It's a perfect match, and that's such a cool thing and rare thing because sometimes when you listen to music, it just doesn't fit right with the sound or what. But you guys really, and the music is so unique, and the lyrics are so unique, and I think that's why people are like, this is what we want. This is what we've been waiting for, and here it is. So I think that's why you guys are getting the attention you deserve.
You know, as writers, you
you.
can write stuff and have it not connect, obviously.
Of
Yeah,
course.
totally.
people just, you know, they'll go, oh, I'm not feeling this, or this isn't this, or this and this, but we're getting great responses from this. So it's nice to hit a nerve, you know?
Yeah.
It's nice when you're not at the dentist.
Oh my goodness, yes.
It's the worst ever.
Now I'm like, my mouth is hurting just thinking about
it's the worst ever.
Yes, but before we wrap it up, why don't we play your next song? So tell people a little bit about this one too, and the inspiration for this one as well.
This is Rockstar.
Rockstar Baby,
yeah.
This is like our biggest single from our first album, Volume 1, for all you rockers out there. Super fun. Dance meets rap meets, you know, help me out here.
Oh, it's just it's a big anthemic party song.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And
We love
you
it.
guys are about
We
to
like
hear it.
love this song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we do.
This is our shit.
All right, so here's Rockstar Baby.
Showtime, yeah, we gotta go. Go time, yeah, we about to roll. Lips red, looking so tight. It's too damn bad, we're gonna get in a fight. Long line at the grocery store. Baskets full, now we out the door. Whiskey, wine, and a capital. Let's roll up, make us be fashionable. When the lights go down and we drop that bass, you can't hear the beat bump, but you can't feel your face. When the lights go down, just forget your name and let me get up on that body till I see you naked. Put your hands up, you're a rock star, baby. Put your hands up, 'cause you're making me crazy. Walk into the joint like you own this mother. Now put your hands up, you're a rock star, baby. Walk up, now we at the show. Turn up, yeah, that's how we roll. Freaking, try to get in. We go all night in the city of sin. Bad lady, leave it out on the drive. Googly eye, 'cause we looking so fly. Bust this time, 'cause we run the show. Roll up, make us be fashionable. When the lights go down and we drop that bass, you can't hear the beat bump, but you can't feel your face. When the lights go down, just forget your name and let me get up on that body till I see you naked. Put your hands up, you're a rock star, baby. Put your hands up, 'cause you're making me crazy. Walk into the joint like you own this mother. Now put your hands up, you're a rock star, baby. Got my ladies with me. Yeah, there's us on the scene. Haters gon' hate so hard, 'cause you know we about to snatch all the boys in the bar. Just minding my business like I am your highness. So give me that body and all of your things. Just minding my business, just sipping and drink. Living like a dirty bill, but we on another level. Put your hands up, you're a rock star, baby. Put your hands up, 'cause you're making me crazy. Walk into the joint like you own this mother. Now put your hands up, you're a rock star, baby. Put your hands up, you're a rock star, baby. Put your hands up, 'cause you're making me crazy. Walk into the joint like you own this mother. Now put your hands up, you're a rock star, baby. You're a rock star, baby. Now put your hands up, you're a rock star, baby.
And that was Rockstar Baby. Once again, awesome song. And you were saying you love this song. I was going to ask that. I forgot completely. Do you have, I know this is probably a really difficult question, but do you have like a favorite song you've done?
That is a difficult question. You
Yeah.
first. First
I
record
think-
and then EP.
Yeah, that's definitely my favorite song in the first record.
Rockstar Baby is?
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah.
Apprehensively agree, only because there are such, we love that record. Like,
Yeah.
that record was literally the becoming of all of That Is Us.
Oh, yeah.
But that song in particular has a special place in our development. It's just like, it's a huge, big, we love that song. That's
Yeah.
it for us. Yeah. There are a couple other ones that are really close, though.
I know.
Second album.
Yeah.
The
so
EP,
second
Mad World.
album. I would have to say, that's tough. I think Hero or Get Gone.
Okay. Get Gone for me, and maybe Mad World. It's tough. Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
tough.
It's
I
tough.
love the
No, I'm
production
sure
in Mad
it is,
World,
yeah.
man. The production on that is sick.
Yeah.
But overall, Hero is just, I feel like that could be an anthem. You know, I think it could be an anthem for the Golden Knights. What do you think,
Wow.
Jason?
You know, they always do the Vegas highlight when they highlight the Vegas artists. They should
That's on our
absolutely.
That's on our list for next year.
I can't believe it hasn't happened like a million times already. Honestly.
I can't believe it either.
Yeah, write the
We
Vegas
can't
Golden
believe
Knights people. Write them a strongly worded letter.
Let's get it. I'm ready.
No,
She's
that's
great at strongly worded letters.
I am too. I talk a lot. I do strongly worded talking.
So you just
so-
talk to text, your strongly worded text.
Exactly. No, I like to get in person, but
Yeah.
no, but yes, absolutely. I think it should be for sure.
I agree with you.
Agreed.
Yes, and what a perfect combination, Vegas, the Golden Knights. I mean, you can't get any better.
That's what
so
I'm
No.
saying.
it should be.
Yeah.
Yes, let's make that happen. That
I'm
should be the
manifesting that shit,
Yes.
girl.
They need Rockstar Baby on their playlist.
Yeah, Rockstar Baby
Yeah.
too. Mhm.
Yeah.
So before we go, let's go over everything again. Where can people follow you, your individual social media accounts as well, buy your music, support you, everything, and I really hope a lot of people support you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the easiest way is just to go to rockybrown.com, and that has the links to everything on Instagram and Spotify, YouTube, and all that jazz.
Yeah, feel free to say your Instagram and
Yeah,
Facebook.
Instagram is Rocky Brown Music. Facebook, it's official Rocky Brown, and Twitter, it's Rocky Brown 1.
I'm Tanzer Media on Instagram, Tanzer Music on Facebook, and Tanzer Jason on Twitter.
Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. How do you spell Rocky?
It's with an IE, y'all. Don't get
There
it
you go.
twisted.
It's not the boxing movie that
No,
some grew up with.
ROCKIE, and I hated that as a kid.
Now it's
You know,
amazing.
I hated
Now I'm
Corey
like,
as
thanks.
a kid too, because there's like a boy's name in
Yeah,
it. It's cool. I
but
like it.
now-
And yours is really awesome.
But
You
as you
have
get
a-
older, isn't it great?
Yeah,
It's so cool now.
It is. Yes, it's very cool.
Yeah, her name's the best.
Oh
No,
yeah.
on our way here, I'm like, Corey, I thought I was expecting a guy.
Yeah.
I'm like, of course,
No.
of course.
Yeah.
No, we're all guilty. It's okay. But no, thank you guys so much for doing this. And like I said, I don't even need to wish you luck because I know you guys are just gonna blow up.
so
and I
excited
think
for
by the
this
end of the
year.
year, everyone will be knowing your name and seeing your stuff.
Thank you.
Hopefully, Solstice. I mean, really, that should get a lot of attention.
That video is
yeah,
gonna be amazing.
Yeah,
It
it's
should.
dope.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
thank you guys so much.
Thank you, girl.
Really appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching. And please go and check them out, support them, because they are phenomenal, as you could tell. So, and their music that we just played, all great. And I mean, their EP is phenomenal, so please check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, never give up, always believe, and you'll achieve. Thank you. God bless.
Yeah.